Can you guys hear me now? Check 1, 2, check. Okay, there we go. Audio issues there. I don't know what happened. Said that my microphone was disconnected and had to unplug it, re-plug it, all that jazz. But we're good now. You guys can hear me. Welcome to race number 6 of the Sim500 Midnight Thunder Truck Series. Here we are at iRacing Super Speedway. It's going to be a fun night here tonight. 50 laps of racing. So far we have around 20 trucks here tonight, give or take. I think we're at 19 right now as it sits. So I think we're going to have an amazing show, and we're going to have some more close finishes just as we did last season. Now going into the race here, Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel are tied for the points lead. Excuse me. So those two battling for the title right now. Not a good time. So those two right now battling for title advantage as much as they can get here. So they're going to try to get as many points as they can within the last 6 races here. Because after tonight, there's only 5 more races until the end of the season. So teammates Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel, and a tight competition between those two cars. And right now, Shea Dairyman, he has the fastest lap. So you know what? Let's go ahead and drag him up here in the booth. Wherever he may be. There he is. Hey Shea, shot up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Got a copy.
Alright, well right now you are the fastest here in practice tonight. How's that number 09 Chevrolet feeling, and what are your expectations for the race here?
Well, I definitely expect it to be interesting. It's definitely not like other super speedways.
Yeah, it's unrestricted, a lot more going into it. Do you think tires could have an effect more than they usually do at super speedways tonight?
No, I actually got a pretty good run in, and my tires were still at 99. The tire wear is non-existent.
Alright, one last thing here, Shea. What is the fuel looking like? How many laps can we make it before we got to pit?
Looking about 30-ish laps. A little under, a little over.
Alright, well good luck tonight. Hopefully you can qualify up front and keep that 09 machine up top tonight.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, now we're going to get one more quick interview with Tyler Dalton here. Hey Tyler, shot up in booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Alright, well going into this race here, you are tied with Bobby Wetzel with iRacing Super Speedway being an obvious wild card. What are you going to try to do here tonight to get an advantage over your teammate Bobby Wetzel?
See if we can get the pole to get that bonus point. See if we can lead a lap, and then just try to survive. I've been one of the most outspoken critics about this track. I'm not a big fan of it. My luck at super speedway racing in general lately has been horrible. I normally run up front and then get wrecked, so don't have really high expectation tonight. But if we can at least finish the race, I'll be happy.
And I know from watching the I should realize I'm in the wrong chat, but anyways, from watching the Super Speedway series, you haven't had much luck there. So, like you said, low expectations tonight. Looks like we're gonna be able to make it around halfway on fuel. What do you think you're gonna try to do towards the end of the scene to maybe come home with a win?
I just hope everyone's gonna be smart. You got to treat this almost like the Indy 500 with Indy cars. The closing rate so much. If someone gets a run on you, you just gotta let them go. If you try to block, you're gonna end up causing a wreck.
Alright, Tyler, well, good luck here in qualifying. You'll probably get another pole here tonight, and we'll see you in the race.
Thank you.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch to the Friday voice chat. I was in the Tuesday one. But anyways, practice is over. We're going to go ahead and jump into qualifying now. And I think we hit the 20 cars. And it looks like, yes, we did. I think we have at least 20 now. So let's see who's going to go out first. Looks like it's going to be Shea. Is anyone else? Oh, Brad Allison's coming out here. We'll go ahead and turn on the qualifying driver. And he's gonna go back, try this again. Brandon Bikey here in the 22 machine. Going for pole run number 1. Each driver will have 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes, 2 laps, 5 minutes to set a qualifying lap here tonight. So we got Michael Muncie coming out in the 91 Ford F-150. Very few Fords tonight, and even fewer Toyota Tundra, so it looks like Chevy is the main favorite here. Let's take a look at some of the camera angles we got tonight. Here is the main race cam we'll likely be using for most of the night. Here's a look at our static cams we've set up around the speedway for when we have our starts and whatnot. And then here is a secondary wide angle race cam with a few static shots in there as well. You can see pretty much the entire width of the turn. As Dalton coming out now, we'll go to John Fowler here. As he makes his way down the front stretch to start lap number 1 in his number 48 Race City Sports Memorabilia Chevrolet. We have an even wider version of the previous camera. We got obviously the default iRacing mixed camera here, which isn't that bad. We have our onboard cameras here. We have the roll bar cam. We got the gyro cam, which isn't much different, just gyro-y, I guess. We got the nose cam, and that is just about it. Top of the charts right now, Shea Dairyman, followed by Michael Muncie, Brad Allison, Brandon Bikey. It seems qualifying times seem to be around 50.5, 50.6-ish from good qualifying laps I saw during practice before there's really nobody in the draft for the most part. So Brett Murphy here in the can't quite tell if that's K service on the side of that car. It's hard to tell. MS, not 100% sure, but number 64 Chevrolet Silverado. Gonna bring it around turn 3 here, and then out turn 4 in a moment to complete his first lap. But right now, Brandon Bikey, top of the charts, 50.386. Tyler Lawton hasn't fared too well so far on his qualifying effort, but he is on lap number 2 now. Previous lap, 50.739. Looking to maybe gain 4/10 here. Right now is at a 3/10 gain. He's going to need to gain a lot of time here. 4/10 now. Tyler Dalton, one of those, like we mentioned, he's probably going to get another pole here. He's now at 5/10. It's looking good for that number 19. Trans Service Chevrolet as he comes down the front stretch and across the line. What is it going to be? 50.319. Put him number 1. Tyler Dalton, preliminary pole sitter once again here. Let's see if Bobby Wenzel maybe has anything to say about that. He's 9/10 faster right now than his previous lap. This is going to be a good lap right here for Bobby Wenzel. This might be top of the board here, folks. 50.352, good enough for second, not quite first. But hey, points leaders starting beside each other. This couldn't get any worse. Ron Hollifield, last car here out on track. And at the line, 50.480. That's good enough to put him up to 8th. And everyone else has not gone to bat to qualify. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineup presented by iRacing.com. On your front row, driver of the number 19 Train Service Chevrolet Silverado is Tyler Dalton. And on his outside, in the number 9 Superflow machine, is Bobby Wetzel. And then it's going to be in row number 2, Brandon Bikey in the number 22 machine, looking for win number 1, along with Michael Muncie in the 4th position. And then we have Brett Murphy and Shay Dairyman in row number 3. Brett Murphy is going to be rounding out your top 5, and Shay Dairyman starting 6th in the 09. Row number 4 is Brad Allison in the 03 Custom Paints and Diecast Chevrolet, with Ron Hollifield in the number 1 Bass Pro Shops machine on his outside in position number 8. Row number 5 here, rounding out the top 10, is going to be John Fowler in the RCSM 48 Chevrolet, and EJ Rourke in the number 41 in 10th. Row number 6 is Trey Eidson in the number 7 machine, and David Comstock in the 013 Monster Energy machine starting 12th. And then we have Chad Coleman defending series champion starting 13th here tonight, and Ben McDonnell in the 47 starting 14th. In row number 8, we have Richard Beasley in truck number 10 in the Tide Ford, and then Derek Myers in the Bain Energy, number 23, starting 16th here tonight. And then we have Derek Stanley in car number 85, starting 17th in row number 9, with Wesley Donaldson in truck number 90 on his outside. Row number 10 is Steve Herring and Jeremy Reed in the 89, and that, folks, will all but round out your field as Joe Sloniker rounds it out in row number 11. And the reason why the grid kind of mixed up there towards the end of the full lineup is because someone has disconnected from the session. So we'll be getting our VRN virtual spotter to go ahead and take us through this one here tonight. So once again, Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel, for those of you joining in just now, your current points leaders, both drivers are tied as it stands going into the race here at iRacing Super Speedway. But after that, it's Derek Myers, Hamish Gallagher, who is an O-show here tonight, and then Jerry West, Michael Muncie, Dustin German, Ron Hollifield, Steve Herring, and Brett Murphy rounding out your top 10 in the standings going into the 6th race of the season here at iRacing Super Speedway. A lot of pressure on for these drivers here tonight. A big wild card event here tonight in the last Super Speedway race of the season. Actually, the first and last. 50 laps of distance here tonight, folks. It's going to be a action-packed event. No fast repairs, 2 overtime attempts. Let's see what these drivers have in stock for us tonight. Pace truck is going to be pulling off of the speedway. Now, it's going to be the hands of the 19 and the 9 as they head through the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. We are racing at iRacing Super Speedway. And that's going to bring out the first caution. I don't know how long. The audio has been off on the stream, but that is not good. I will be looking back into that now. But Tyler Dalton, Bobby Wetzel, and the rest of the field coming down pit road here on lap number 6. We talked with Shay earlier in the beginning of the race that we go about halfway on fuel here. So we'll see what's the report is, see how many cars end up DNFing here tonight. So it looks like the audio has been muted the entire race so far. So apologies for that. I don't know what had happened on my end or what, but that is now fixed, so we're good. So apologies for that. Tyler Dalton wins the race out of pit road, followed by Ben McDonald, Bobby Wetzel, Richard Beasley, Donaldson. Can't remember Donaldson's first name there. Wesley Donaldson, that's right. And the Worldwide Express Racing number 90 machine. And then Derek Stanley, Jeremy Reed, Brad Allison, Brandon Bikey, Derek Myers now your top 10. David Comstock is 5 laps down. John Fowler is in the pits along with Steve Herring, Ron Hollifield, E.J. Rourke, Michael Muncie, and Chad Coleman just now coming out here. Let's see, does he have any damage on his number 38? Doesn't look like it. Looks pretty good, so I don't think he was involved in that one there. Richard Beasley going to come back down pit road, and so is Ben McDonald. So 2 more trucks, maybe more, coming back down pit road, making a second visit. And in the meantime, folks, we will line them up 2 by 2. We'll be going green this time around. So once again, apologies for the muted commentary. But we're going to be going green on lap number 8. So we letting them loose, seeing how long they last this time around. I think last season's race went about like this too. We had a couple early cautions, and then after that, it was clean racing throughout. And we even had a fantastic 3-wide photo finish. But now, with over half the field a lap down or more, I don't think we'll get quite that same charm. But hey, we're still going to get an exciting finish, so stay tuned for that, folks. That's just about 44 laps away now, as Dalton and Wetzel are once again going to lead the field back to green. Looks like we're looking at the starting lineup once again, except for everyone else behind him is all different. So this time, Dalton, Wetzel, Donaldson, and Stanley, your front 4, with car number 89 in the 5th position here. Pace car is going to pull off. Here we go. Green flag coming to you as they get to the restart zone. There they go. Pretty good launch for the front row. They are side by side, and Wetzel will duck down behind the 19 as they head into turn number 1. All single file cover, 3 lone souls up on the top lane. I don't think it'll really form up anything yet, though. Here comes a few more horses, though, up the top. 2, 3, 5, 6 up there, looks like. Compared to the rest of the field, they're not going to be able to make a lot of hay up there. For now. We'll get some more drivers up there eventually for sure, as David Comstock and Chad Coleman bumper to bumper way up the track there. Trying to do anything, try to find anything that works, you know. There's another familiar train service car, number 23. Who is in the 23 machine right now? Oh, Derek Myers is in the 23 this time around. Usually he is in his Bain Energy machine. Mixing it up this week as he runs in the 4th position, battling for that position actually with the 86 of Derek Stanley. 3 wide now. Where's Trey Eidson going to go? He's going to go down to the bottom. Beasley's going to go back up to the top. No help from the number 10. We'll go wide angle here so we can see everything that goes on. Now, the entry of the turns is really what honestly shakes the whole entire field. I feel like that's when a lot of wrecks happen because you dip in. If you don't hit it right, you're going to slide miles up the speedway and potentially wreck somebody in the process. Huge run for Coleman and Comstock up on the top as they go to Mars there. They got rocket ships linked up there. Like, holy cow. Derek Meyer says, I went in on this fun. He moves up top. Slow car on the bottom. I believe that is the one of Ron Hollifield coming out back on track here. And that is so. Lap number 10 here. Tyler Dalton still leads. Over the rest of the field. Coleman runs 5th right now. As he is going to work his way back up through the field. Wetzel now making a move. He is going to lead. He's going to be the first lead. Holy! Scratch that. Oh, big checkup. There they go. Can they save it? No, they can't. Around goes Myers. Trey Eidson in it. Joe Sloniker. Richard Beasley. Heavy damage to the number 10 Tide Machine. Engine go boom. 21's boomed as well. Trey Eidson is going backwards. And then Derek Myers with a lot of front end damage. Let's take a look at the replay here, see what happened. We'll go ahead and do good old far chase here. We're going to back it up just a little bit more here. The run that they got. Coleman got in the wall, the 13, they checked up, and then the 90 of Wesley Donaldson wasn't really expecting them to check up, and he got into the back of the 23 there. Wetzel's probably going to have some pretty hefty right side damage. We'll take a look at it here. Well, that's the left side. I want the right front there. Oh yeah, it is all sorts of scratched and beat. But honestly, I don't think it'll affect him all that bad. It doesn't look that bad from here. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens towards the lay of the race here. Coleman was able to take the lead before disaster struck there, if you will. But now we're going to go ahead and take a break here. We'll be right back once you're getting ready to go green here on Talladega Super Speedway. Alright, here we go. Lining up 2 by 2 as we usually do on restarts here. The iRacing official pace truck could be pulling off this time once the field gets to the front stretch at least. Since we did the break during the caution, we won't do the static camera restart. We're going to be going green on lap 15, so we're about a quarter of the way through-ish. Halfway is at lap 25, so we're about 10 laps away from that. And it looks like we have 10 cars on the lead lap right now. Hold on, where's Myers at? Okay, he's in the pits. So he will likely go and lap down here. Not sure, but here comes the field out of turn 4. Pace truck bounces off the speedway. It's going to be Brandon Bikey, Tyler Dalton this time around. Here we go.
Green flag, let's go.
Green flag is out. Wheel spin from the 013 in the background there. We'll try to maybe get them all in line here soon. Got a one slacker back there. Can't quite tell who that is. I think it's the... No, it's not the one. Might be Muncie back there. Yes, it is. Michael Muncie in the background. Derek Myers has disconnected from the race, so he is out. So yeah, 10 cars on the lead lap right now. Let's see if we can maybe get a run in here. Comstock making a bit of an aggressive move here. He's not even on the lead lap. He was bouncing around there. 4 laps down. Trying to push as much as you can. That's his job as a lap car. Try to help your buddies out as best as you can, or just anyone you want to help out, help them. Like, even if he gets clear to the inside, he might stick with Brandon Bikey for a while. I don't know. It's all up to him. Obviously, sometimes in super speedways, lap cars can either be your best friend or greatest enemy. They can push you to the win, or they can push you to death. It all depends on who's behind the wheel, I guess, technically. But right now, it's Wetzel, Bikey, Dalton, Coleman. Top 4 right now as they run. Derek Stanley about to take the 4th spot from Coleman, though. Those two are side by side. Remember, that black and green 013 machine is a lap car, so he is not in position right now. Well, not in passing position, that is. As Richard Beasley, Ron Hollifield are battling back and forth, and Beasley's back down pit road, so he may not be meeting minimum speed in that number 10 machine, so might not be able to continue on. Maybe not. We'll see what happens from that number 10 camp, and we'll keep you guys updated here as the field heads into turn number 3. Side by side still for the first 2 rows. Derek Stanley kind of hanging back there as he should. I mean, I wouldn't want to get involved in an incident right this second either, if I'm all honest with you all. I think at the line there, Bikey had it by a hair. It was very close. So right now, Comstock is in the free pass position. But with multiple laps down, he's going to need 4+ cautions to get back on the lead lap. Excuse me. So right now, top 10, Muncie, Allison, Reed, Donaldson, McDonald, Coleman, Stanley, Dalton, Bikey, and Wetzel. As I have the worst timing for hiccups here. Brandon Bikey, Derek Stanley. Bikey falling back on the outside. Stanley just holding tough there on the inside. Keeping a bit of a distance in case they do wreck. Giving himself time to react to the situation. Best case scenario for him, They wreck in front of him. He's able to avoid it. Richard Beasley is still in the pits right now, folks. A lot of cars are. We got Trey Eidson, Slonaker, O'Rourke's, Herring, Ron Hollowfield, David Comstock. The only two cars a lap down that are currently logging laps here tonight. As we are inching closer to halfway here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a lap on board at car number 47. See what these guys are feeling as they go into turn number 1. You can see this divot I'm talking about. Maybe you can see it better if we're on this view, honestly. You see you kind of like hopped up out of the turn there. Now wait until we get back up to turn 3. You'll see it again here. Keep an eye on like where the cars in front of him are. The divot down right there, and that really upsets the car if you are not ready for it. So that part of the track really keeps everybody on their toes every single lap. I mean, it is what it is, as here comes Brandon Bikey, going to come down in front of the 47 here. And there's a lot of room here as well. I mean, it's a very wide track, but everyone likes to run very tightly. Tight-knit, like a big happy family. We go on board Bobby Wenzel here as he pushes Chad Coleman. And look at the absolute run Brandon Bikey has here. Clear room all the way up to the wall here. He's getting pushed by none other than Tyler Dalton. And here comes Bobby Wenzel with him to the top lane. 3 cars up there right now. Here comes a 4th with Brad Allison. David Comstock currently leading the inside lane, but remember, not on the lead lap, sadly. I'm sure he too would have loved to be back on the lead lap, as that number 13 machine looks clean. Brandon Bikey takes the race lead. They'll clear all 3 trucks, and Bikey's going to get left out to dry here on lap 22. 3 wide now. Coleman still pushing the 013. Those two were working well together just before the big incident happened there. So it seems like those two are a wonder pair here on the high banks of iRacing Super Speedway. They're all 2 abreast here, pushing and trying to go as much as they can. We still cannot make it to the end here on fuel, so it looks like we're going to be around 10 laps short or so. Right now, we're going to go ahead, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Alright, welcome back to the iRacing Super Speedway here, folks. Halfway at the line this time around here. We're going to see probably some of the greatest racing we've seen all season long here the lone super speedway. And I mean, we've seen a lot of super speedways here recently on the VRN channel with the Sim500 Super Speedway series. That's coming to a very fast end as well. The season's almost over for that. The chase starts this week. A lot of stuff happening over there on Tuesday nights. Go check it out if you're interested in that. We always have a great time on there. Stream starts at 8:50 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. And then this stream starts 10:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks. We'll be back next week with the same drivers, same series, same time, except different track. We'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway, not the new configuration, the old configuration. Follow that up with a good old race at Iowa. Iowa, my all-time favorite oval track ever made. It is just perfect. Perfect combination of a bigger track, but also a short track. Multiple lanes of racing. It is just fantastic. These trucks run it very nicely, so that's going to be an awesome show, one you guys should definitely tune in for. So mark the calendars. 2 weeks from now, August 26th, 2022, 10:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there, or you won't get a free cookie. Free cookies are always nice, right? Chick-fil-A cookies at that. Back to the race here. Tyler Dalton and Bobby Wetzel still holding on to a lead together. They sure do love leading laps here at the Speedway. We were talking to Tyler earlier. We talked to Bobby last week as well. Tyler had said his luck at Super Speedway races hasn't been the greatest, and I can definitely vouch for him on that. And it's 5 races in the season. Tyler hasn't gotten a win yet, and he is trying to get his first title in this series, trying to take away from defending series champion Chad Coleman, who isn't running full-time this season due to other commitments in the real world and such, which is fine. But Tyler, with no win, he's going to have to put it up a notch. I mean, 1 top 5 this entire season so far, 3 top 10s. I don't think we've talked to him yet post-race this season. We've only done it preseason. Yeah, we haven't, because we did do it once at Las Vegas back a couple weeks ago. And then Bobby, both of his top 5s have been the past 2 weeks, with the runner-up finish at Michigan last week and the win at Nashville. So Bobby has definitely stepped it up a notch here. 7th place, or 16th place finish to start the season at Homestead, 7th at Texas, 10th at Las Vegas. So ever since that top 20 at start of the season, he's been pretty consistent with 4 top 10s. Hamish Gallagher with 4 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and a win as well. Why is he so far behind at points? Because he has a 26th place finish, which is worse than Bobby's 16th place finish, as their worst finishes together. So maybe wondering who is the most top 10s this season. Well, it's a 3-way tie between Bobby Wetzel, Derek Myers, and Hamish Gallagher. And Myers is already out of the race, so he will not be able to get a top 10 tonight as well. Top 10 are already on the lead lap, and actually Michael Muncie is now down a lap, so top 9 are all on the lead lap, as it might be starting to maybe single out here. Is Ben McDonald going to take the race lead on lap number 30? Not quite able to lead a lap yet, though, so let's make it around another half lap or so. But yeah, Tyler Dalton, he has only had 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and his other 2 finishes has been just outside of the top 10, with a 12th last week at Michigan and a 14th at Homestead at the beginning of the season. So these 2 are going to be close in points all season long. Honestly, I don't see it ending well for either driver. They're going to be butting heads all year long. And this will be the lone plate race on the schedule. And I don't know what the schedule is going to be looking like for next season here. But I'm sure it's going to be great, as we are 20 laps left already. This race is going by pretty quickly, as it's about to hit 12 a.m. on the East Coast here. Are we going to have a 3-wide photo finish? Likely. Are we going to have a 13-wide photo finish? Unlikely. There's Richard Beasley. He did make it back out onto track, but I don't think he's really making a lot of speed here. Go ahead and see, compared to the leaders, 220 in the turns. Beasley's barely able to even hit 180 here. So about 40 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field. 230 down the straightaway for the leader. Now we're about to hit that 20 lap stint, and we're getting close to pit stops. And as I say that, here comes Ben McDonald and Derek Stanley down Pant Road along with Ron Halfus. They got a 3-car group here. That's a pretty solid pack, honestly. I think we're going to see those 3 be able to get in and out. So that's 2 down, 7 to go of the lead lap drivers. So let's see when the rest of the field decides to make it a run here and bring it down pit road as they head down the back stretch. Tyler Dalton leads the field down the front stretch. No one else is going to make the call yet. Where are the rest of the drivers coming out? They're just now coming out of the pits here. And the field isn't that far behind. You can see them right there. They're going to go a lap down. Surprisingly enough here, they got to link up. Who is that behind Stanley? Muncie. I don't know if he'll be able to link up with those two. He wasn't able to stick with the draft here. I think he might be too low on power here. He is going faster than Richard Beasley though, so I don't know. Here comes the rest of the field. Big moment there. I think that was Jeremy Reed in the back. Was that Jeremy Reed all the way back here? Yes, it was. He had to really duck it down. Let's take a look at the replay here. It's Redcon 1 Ford F-150. Didn't want to hit the 03 there. Bring the field down pit road. I'm going to keep an eye out on these two. These two have to link up to make sure that they get out ahead or at least near the rest of the crew. Bumper to bumper here. This could be for the race lead. Most likely not, though. Tyler Dalton already coming out of the pits with Coleman, Wetzel in tow. And they are still coming down the front stretch here. So, yeah. Major loss for those two. They pitted just a lap too early. Now these guys are going to be good on fuel now, so no more pit stops the rest of the night here. He will be able to make it the last 15 laps here. As at the line, will be coming to 15 to go. As the field's going to be able to get back up to speed. The top 3 were only able to really pull away. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew back here. And there is Derek Stanley and Ben McDonald. So they're not really all that much out, really. Unless these 3 manage to really pull away here from the rest of the crew, which they might be able to. Brad Allison, Brandon Bikey, Jeremy Reed in the 013 there as well. Don't count him out. David Comstock, 4 laps down right now. He might be able to honestly pass Michael Muncie and get inside the top 10. If Muncie goes another 2 laps down at least. 14 to go now as the field comes out of turn number 2. They're not really catching up to them. And actually, they're pulling away. The front 3 are pulling away from this bigger pack. Somehow, some way. Brad Allison looking for a season best finish here tonight. If he can finish 4, that'll be his first top 5 of the season. Second top 10 of the season, though. 13th at Nashville, 17th at Las Vegas, and 8th at Texas. So right now it's Dalton, Coleman, and Wetzel at the helm of this thing. And we will be going to a commercial break for the last time. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Alright, here we go. At the line, this time will be 10 laps to go here at iRacing Super Speedway. Coming up on some lap traffic of Ron Hollifield there. They'll be literally blowing the doors off of that number 1 machine. Brad Allison fell way back there. Don't know what happened to him, but leading this secondary pack here is the 22 of Brandon Bikey now. Let's see if he can get up to the rest of the field here. He is going a lot faster than them. Well, he was. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's Bikey, Stanley, and then McDonald, Reed, Allison, Donaldson, Muncie, who round out your top 10 here tonight. And obviously your front 3 haven't really changed at all. And the most likely winner to win a race here tonight is probably going to be Chad Coleman, honestly. Unless the 9 doesn't push him, you never know what's going to happen here. Or it's going to be Tyler Dalton. But, I mean, when you're the leader on the last lap, everybody knows this. You're just a sitting duck. So, 8 laps left here. What's going to happen between the 38 and the 19? Obviously, both the 9 and the 19 battling for the points lead right now. But, would you rather have your teammate win or have Coleman win? That's the kind of thing. That's the position Bobby is in right now. It's definitely going to be a hard decision for the number 9 Superflow driver to make on the fly, but a lot of hard decisions have to be made sometimes, and sometimes the outcome isn't what you expected. But that's okay. Just regroup and you try to think of another strategy. as the front three are going to pull away to this one. Rest of the pack 4.6 seconds behind the rest of the field now. They're gaining a bit there. 4.5, sorry. Not quite able to get it down to 4.4 though, so yeah. Quick time, Derek Stanley, 46.761. That's the fastest lap ran tonight. And that just happened there on the lap number 43 actually. Technically speaking. Oh, they're gonna wreck here. I don't think Brandon really realized that he was there. Coming to 6 to go this time around. The 1938 and the 9. Nose to tail for the next 6 laps. Until we get to, like, the front stretch, really. Because, like, it's like Talladega in a way, but not as long, really. The front stretch is still pretty long here at iRacing Super Speedway. But I also think, I'm not sure about this, though. I think that the start-finish line is more skewed towards the, towards turn 4 than it is towards the middle, so I don't think it's centered. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to wait and see. But it doesn't really look like the rest of the crew is gaining any time on them right now. They're getting around the number 90 of Wesley Donaldson. 4.1 seconds the gap right now, so they're gaining, but not very fast. With only 5 laps to go, it's between the top 3 right now. Dalton, Coleman, Wetzel. 1, 2, and 3 right now. All 3 of these drivers are some of the most experienced drivers within the Sim500 Racing League. Tyler Dalton has the most career poles and got another one here tonight. And if we look again, I want to get another number here. Let's see. 105 career poles now for Tyler Dalton. Second in the all-time board here. He's looking for career win number 26 as well. He's below Daniel Falkingham right now, as just about everybody is. Sorry, Daniel, we all love you. Yep. And Daniel has 115 recorded poles, while Tyler only has 104 career poles. 105 after tonight, though, so once these results get uploaded and all that. 4 laps to go now, coming to 3 to go. Tyler Dalton and Chad Coleman both looking for another win here. Chad Coleman looking for career win number 54 here tonight. And then Bobby Wenzel. I'm looking for him. Look for his name. He is looking for career win number 7. And then Tyler Dalton looking for career win number 26, as before mentioned. The gap is down to 4.2 seconds. They do not have enough time to get up to them, though. There's not really much to say here other than someone's got to make a move and someone's got to make it soon. They're coming to the white flag this time around. Tyler Dalton has been leading ever since the green flag pit stops happened. Chad Coleman has been patiently waiting for the white flag to fly. Are they going to battle out the whole last lap, or are they going to maybe wait for the final turn to make a move here? We're going to have to wait and see. What is Bobby Wetzel going to do? He's going to be the main character here in a way, because he has to push one of these two trucks. He can't push them both unless they stay single file here. Looks like Wetzel's kind of backing up here. Is he going to go with Coleman? Tyler's up top to block right now. Is Coleman going to pop down low? Nothing happening. White flank is in the air as they are already halfway done the final lap here at iRacing Super Speedway. There they go into turn number 3. Wetzel's again backing it off a bit. He's going to try to get a big run. Coleman trying to make a move. Here comes Wetzel. Tyler left the bottom open, or did he? 3 wide. Wetzel's going to sneak through, and Wetzel is going to win the race. Career win number 7 for Bobby Wetzel in his 635th career start. You got to give it to him. That's win number 2 of the season. First multi-time winner in the past season and a half, basically, because we didn't get a repeat winner last season. Let me see if we had any the previous season. Yes, we did. Pedro Mujica won 2 races the previous season. But last season, we had no repeats. Then this season, we're going to have a repeat winner. That being Bobby Wetzel, driver of the number 9 Superflow Chevrolet. Your race winner here tonight. There he is, guys. Your race winner here tonight, Bobby Wetzel. We'll go ahead and give drivers 5 minutes to get up here in the waiting room. And then we'll go ahead and get it over. Here we go. We're going to talk with Tyler Dalton here first. Hey, Tyler. Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Alright, well, we talked to you during the pre-race there, Tyler. All you wanted to do tonight was survive, but you were in position to maybe get a win here at the final lap coming out 4. What do you think you could have done maybe better to maybe get the win here tonight instead of coming home second?
Being the leader coming out of 4 at this place, you're screwed. So not a lot. I knew Chad was going to probably try to. I should have maybe tried to protect the top, but I don't think it really would have mattered. As soon as me and Chad got side by side, Bobby was in the best spot, and with the track so wide, you can't block all the lanes. He was going to have a humongous run as soon as we got side by side. And then it would have been a nice drag race for me and him to the line, me and Chad for second. But some unfortunate netcode happened, got us together. But I'll still take third, led the most laps, got the pole. I think if my calculations are right, me and Bobby should still be tied for the points lead. So good race. Third on back, didn't have a good race in points. So right now it's looking like me and Bobby for the points.
Well, next week we're heading to Hotlanta, the old configuration, and that seems to be another driver track. So, what do you think about Atlanta for you personally? Do you think you're going to excel there and be able to get another win, maybe?
It's definitely a track I've been looking forward to. I love the loose tracks, and you don't get a lot of those in the trucks. And Atlanta's always loose, so that should be fun.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to say to anyone at home? Shout outs or whatever?
Yeah, just want to thank the whole Sim500 Mafia team. Me and Bobby worked really good together there. Sucks that Ron got mixed up in one of those wrecks. I thank Trans Service. They're the sponsor of our Wednesday night truck series. If you aren't racing Wednesday nights, come check us out there. And congrats on the win to Bobby.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week at Atlanta. We'll see you Tuesday night as well.
See ya.
All right. Let's get runner-up finisher Chad Coleman now up in the booth. Hey, Chad. Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, he came home second here tonight behind Bobby. You and Tyler were getting racy there towards the end, as you would expect, and some netcode happened from what I hear. And overall, you had a pretty good night though. Still second in this finish. So, what do you think you could have done better there to maybe get one more spot towards the end?
Well, I kind of if it had been if I'd had a neutral party in third, I would have probably went a lap earlier. But knowing that they're teammates and I kind of expected them to work together a little bit right there. So I waited until the end. And like I was telling Bobby down there, their channel, I said, it rolled the center so good right there because I hadn't ran that angle getting in the corner the whole night. It rolled the center so good right there. I got to his right rear a lot earlier than I wanted to. So it stalled us out. I wanted to get to his right rear right as we popped off of turn 4 coming down to the front straightaway, and I got there way early. Hell, it was still turning. And then I just tried to get down on his right rear as close as I could, and then he came up a little bit. We net coded, and it popped the rear end of the truck off the ground, and we held on and finished second. But yeah, it was a fun race. A lot of attrition, but it was a fun race.
And Chad, you said you're not running full time here, but if you're able to make the race next week, it'll be at Atlanta Motor Speed with the old configuration. And that seems to be a track that I've seen you do pretty good at in the past. Do you think you'll be able to do good again and maybe come home with a win next week?
Hopefully, yeah. Like I said, if I'm home, we'll race. They've been a couple of weeks right here where we've been doing different stuff on Friday nights, going to races, going out to eat, just doing different stuff and not getting home in time. But yeah, I'm here. I'll race. So come out and support Sim500 and the leagues and stuff that Steve admins.
All right, Chad. Well, good run tonight in the Sim500 Midnight Thunder Truck Series, and hopefully we will see you next week at Atlanta.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, now let's get your race winner, Bobby Wetzel, up in the booth. Hey, Bobby, Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got a copy?
Got a copy, bud.
Win number 2 this season, a career win number 7, and your 635th career start tonight. You had an amazing race. You and Tyler were up front all night long, and you edge him out by a singular point now. So you have a 1-point lead over your teammate. So do you think it's going to be close between you two for the rest of the season?
It's definitely going to be a dogfight. Next week we go to a track where he's got the advantage on me, a little bit looser Atlanta, so I'll concede that track to him. But it's definitely going to be interesting going down the home stretch. I'm just really pleased. For 3 weeks ago, got a win. Last week, finished second. This week, another win. I am extremely happy about this. Got a lot of momentum going into these last few races, and we're going to give it our all. And I just can't be any more pleased than I am right now.
And like you said, next week we're going to Atlanta, and earlier this week at Atlanta for the Truck Series, was that the new Atlanta that you guys ran at though?
Yeah, that was the new Atlanta. We'll be in the old Atlanta, if I remember correctly. And my opinion, it's a better track. The old Atlanta, you actually have to drive it. You're not just keeping it matted and hoping for the draft or to come into effect. So I'm really pleased to go there, especially after this track. This track, as fun as it is stressful because the guys get such huge runs, and uh, it's interesting because some guys just don't understand. Hey, they got to run, let them go. We'll work it back into it, but And
Hmm.
you could see that we had quite a few wrecks tonight, and they were big wrecks. And that's what's stressful about this race is that when the wrecks happen, it's not 2 or 3 cars; it's 4 to 10.
Yeah, it definitely adds up very quickly when the wrecks do happen. Well, with that being said, Bobby, what are you going to try to do next week to maybe extend your points lead if you can?
I'm gonna do some practicing. We're gonna figure out a little bit on the saving tires. That's all we really can do, and just hope that I have a decent race. And I hate to say this for my teammate, but hope he just doesn't have as good a race as me. It's difficult to say. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was racing there, I was in third place coming on that last lap, and I'm sitting there going, well. I want to win, but I got to push Tyler. But I want to win. That might mean I have to push Chad for a moment before I can make my move. And luckily for me, it just turned out that they got into each other due to some net code, and here we are, another victory. It feels great to be the first person this season to have 2 wins, so we're ready.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, Bobby. Is there any other shout outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here tonight?
Anyone watching Sim500, we've got some of the best drivers. We've got some of the best racing. We got racing every night. If you want to just come out and just run one week, you can do that. Or you can run all 7 if you want. So I can't say enough about the league or the admins. They all do a wonderful job.
All right, Bobby. Well, once again, congratulations on win number 2 of the season, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.
Yeah, thanks, Sean, and thanks to you guys for everything you do for us as well.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a ton. And we'll see you guys Tuesday night at Talladega. I want to say is probably where we will be going next because we've had a couple Daytona races in a row. Now it's time to go back to Talladega, and that is correct. There'll be trucks at Talladega, 60 laps, first race of the chase.